Hola! I'm so excited to be here to kick off my very first Ask Veronica How Do I series. Before we jump in today's call on where I share with you how do you set up a spam phone number, and this spam phone number can be used to sign up for rewards programs at coffee shops, sandwich shops, to get your free birthdays. Because trust me, I'm on a budget, but I don't want my phone number out there to be shared with anyone unless it's going to be shared with Beyonce. Other than that, I don't need my number out there. But before we jump into that, I want to share with you why I'm here and why privacy and security is so important to me. And it has to do with my childhood. Growing up, my family and I lived in fear for my dad because he shot and killed my brother. He then turned around to shoot at my mom. My mom survived, but he was never captured for the crime that he committed. As a result, my family and I lived in hiding my entire childhood. But growing up in the 90s, the internet wasn't easy as accessible or at our fingertips as it is now. And so that's why I'm here, because while your story may not be my story, I want to share my tips and tricks, my life hacks, my how do I take control back of my digital footprint and share it with you. They're super simple, easy steps. And I hope you guys benefit out of them and get to take control of your digital footprint, get to decide what you want out there. And if there's something that I'm not covering that you're interested in, please let me know. I'm happy to look into it. I'm always up to learning and see how I can help other people. As I mentioned, Ask Veronica is about real life scenarios. And the focus is sharing with you how you can take control of your digital footprint. So what you will need today to set up your spam phone number is your laptop and your smartphone. And this can actually all be done in your smartphone. It's really up to you what you prefer, but just wanted to give you that option. What you will get out of today's session, boo-boo. All right, so what you're going to get out of today's session is you're going to have a fake number to use for all these reward programs. You're going to have a fake number to give to that person that you're not so interested at or in at the bar. Yes, because I know the mask mandates have been lifted. So I know all y'all are trying to go out there and meet people. And sometimes you may not be that interested. So you know what? Here's your Google spam phone number that you can be given to them, boo-boo. And really the benefit of this is when you have it with these reward programs is that if it gets hacked, it's not really you, it's your spam account. And if it gets sold, it's not really you, it's your spam account. If it gets shared, it's not you, it's your spam account. So you don't have to worry. That's the benefit and love. Oh yeah, and it's free. Trust me, I'm on a budget. That's why I signed up for all these reward programs. Okay. All right, so let's get started with creating a spam email. I know some of you might be like, but girl, I already know how to create a spam email. True, but stick around. You might learn something. If not, stick around for my comedy. All right. So let's get into it. So step one, this slide right here is only applicable to people that have an existing Google account, which is also known as a Gmail account. I also want to share that all my slides are step-by-step because I want to make sure that anyone that's listening can benefit and follow along very easily. And if you feel that I'm going too slow, feel free to use the 2 times speed limit. I'll sound like a chipmunk. Or if I'm not going to, or if I'm going too fast, slow me down within the settings within this recording. All right, so to create before we create a spam account, I need you to sign out of your existing account. So open a browser. And again, this is whatever browser you decide to use, whether it's Chrome, Safari, Edge, Firefox. A lot of people who are really passionate about privacy use DuckDuckGo. Once you open the browser, type in myaccount.google.com. What I just said is listed there in step number 1 in the quotes. Again, it's myaccount.google.com. Now, when you're logging on, you should see what I'm seeing. I mean, obviously it'll be your name. It won't say Privacy Queen. And then to the right, you will see a circular icon, not the icon that's at the same level as the address bar, but the one right below it, click on it. And then step number 3 is sign out. All right, so you have step 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now that you are signed out, I need you to click on the top left corner and click on the plus symbol. And this is known as creating a new tab. So the way you create a new tab is selecting the plus symbol on the address bar. All right, so you with me? Hope so. If not, feel free to pause. All right, so now this is where everybody should be paying attention, okay? So this applies to people that did not have a Google account or a Gmail account. I need you to stay focused, come in, pay attention at this very moment to create your spam account. So first step I want you to do is close that previous tab that you had open, and it should be titled sign in Google accounts. And you close it out by clicking on the X. And then in the new tab, please type in accounts.google.com/sign up. And you'll notice it's here written in the quotes. All right, so this is the part where I need you to channel your alter ego, okay? That's why I have Beyonce here, because, you know, your Sasha Fierce. Think about it as, you know, when you graduated high school and went to college and you channeled your alter ego because it was time for you to reinvent yourself. In creating the spam account, it's time to reinvent yourself, boo-boo, okay? So, you know, again, what's that name you give out at the bar? Don't try to play me. I know y'all be doing that, okay? It doesn't have to be your real name because this is not a government site. Again, this is your spam account. It could be Sasha Fierce. It could be Privacy Queen. It can be whatever you want because this is not a real account. This is your fake account. All right. So once you've channeled that alter ego, go ahead and select next. All right. Now, one thing that I want to highlight, and I have it here in my title, there are optional fields. Now keep that in mind, not only with this form, but other forms that you might be filling out. A lot of the times the fields are optional, meaning it's up to you whether or not, you know, you want to give your information. It's optional to add cheese to your burger. It's optional to get French fries with that meal. It's all an option, you know. So in time to create your spam account, step number 1, it's optional to add your phone number. At this point, you don't need to link your phone number. Step number 2, it's optional to add a recovery email address. I will say that I do add a recovery email address, and my recovery email address links to one of my other spam accounts. And why do I have multiple spam accounts? Is because one of them is for rewards programs, like the icons that I listed. And the other reason is because one might be a professional account that's connected to my LinkedIn profile that's a little bit more urgent than me getting the free meal, but maybe getting the free meal is actually more important. I don't know. But again, you know, I keep track of all these accounts using a password manager like LastPass that has been vetted by many organizations as something to use. So if you're interested, please get a password manager, and one that I suggest is LastPass. And then under your step number 3, create your birthday. Again, channel your alter ego. You know, if you wanted to be born on New Year's Eve, throw that in as your fake birthday. If you wanted Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day is coming up, or Beyonce's birthday, September 4th, by the way, go ahead and submit that. And then on step number 4, you know, it's up to you. It's optional to select your sex or your gender, or you can go ahead and say, rather not say. All right, so now I'll go ahead and click next. Okay, now this is a lot. I know, it's like, girl, this is gonna be a fast tutorial, but yet you have like paragraphs here, right? Don't worry, you can come back and review this, but I do wanna take you at a high level what these privacy and terms are. So when you read Google's privacy and terms, a few things that I want to highlight is they outline why they process the data, the data combinations. And number 4, which is my favorite, is you are in control. And this is all about what I'm aligned with, with Ask Veronica and teaching all of you. I want you to take control of your digital footprint. So what you need to do here is click on the more options. And the way you select on the more options is you can just directly click on it, that half triangle, which is known as a caret. Go ahead and click on it. Once you click on it, a screen like this will pop up. Again, it's going to be, you're going to have to be scrolling, but I just took screenshots to make it easier. And again, these more options is where you are in control. The default for all of these settings, web and activity, ad personalization, YouTube history, is going to be selected. Save my information, save my history, give me personalized ads. If that's not what you want, change it. Change it to don't save my web and app activity. Don't show me ads that are personalized. Don't keep track of my YouTube history. It's totally fine for you to change it. This is your spam account. This is your Gmail account. Do what you want. I will say this, with my account for ad personalization, I did change it so I wouldn't be tracked. Let me tell you, I didn't like it. And I personally didn't like it because, let's just say I was looking for a jean jacket. Well, when I didn't have ads personalized for me, random stuff was coming up and stuff that wasn't applicable was coming up. But when I did have personalized ads, I had jean jackets from a lot of companies. Maybe I shouldn't do that because my credit card bill is not the greatest. But it's really up to you on how you want to take control of your digital footprint. All right. Once you've updated what your preferences are, you can select send me occasional reminders about these settings. Select that and then select I agree. I also want you to know, just because you change something doesn't mean it's set in stone. You can come back to this screen right here, which, oh, by the way, congratulations. You created your own spam account. You can come back to the screen and you can go ahead and update and make changes anytime you want to your privacy personalization as well as your security. Totally up to you on how you want to manage that. All right. So if you listen to step number 1, we set up the spam email. Now we're going to set up the spam phone number that you can give out, to someone you're not interested in, or you can use it how I use it for signing up for reward programs. That way I don't run the risk of, if the company gets hacked, my phone number's out there. If the company sells my data, my phone number's out there. If the company shares my data, my phone number's out there. It's pretty much out there as much as it just being written on the bathroom wall. Okay. So today's session is a continuance of step number 1, where we set up the spam email. Now we're going to set up the spam phone number, which is going to link to that spam email. And remember, that spam email is where you channeled your alter ego. It's where you recreated yourself. It's where you shared the name that you give out when you're not interested in someone. All right, so let's finish with creating a spam phone number. You will need your smartphone. For those of you that do not have Google Voice, I will need you to take the step of, number 1, downloading and installing Google Voice. This is available on iOS and Android. All right, step number 2. Once you have the app open, I need you to add your spam email. So for those of you who already have a Google Voice number and already had a Gmail account, it more than likely is asking you to link that other Gmail account. I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is select more options. And the way you do that is step number 2, you'll see an image and then you'll see a square around a half triangle, which is known as the caret. Click on that caret. Then once you click on that caret, it's going to ask you to add another account. So you'll go ahead and add another account, and that's going to be that spam account that we created earlier today. All right. So now you're going to need to sign in, and that's the third image under step number 2, where you're going to have to sign in, and that's where you're going to put in the details or your email address of that alter ego spam account that we just created. Now, again, I know it's going to be a lot because it's like, oh my gosh, I have a million accounts. A password manager comes in handy when you leverage, when you have multiple accounts. All right, now that you've signed in, it's going to ask you to review the terms of service and privacy policy. So again, similar to setting up your spam email, I want you to review this, and it outlines how it works. And again, C is, it tells you you're in control. And again, this is all about what my series are about you taking control. And so I want you to select more options. And the more options, I want you to select what's right for you. Unfortunately, I've run out of spam account options that I can have that I didn't have an option to select where it says, no, don't add my phone number. But if you select option number 2, let's see how it works. Add my phone number and then hit I agree. How to set up your Google Voice on a mobile device. So now that you've accepted the terms and reviewed them, you should see image number 3 on your phone. And this is where you will select a Google Voice number. So you're going to want to search for a Google Voice number. And the way you search for a Google Voice number is you go ahead and hit search. Then it's going to take you to screen number 4. And screen number 4, enter your zip code or city to load a list of regional relevant numbers for you to choose. So one of the questions that I received is, if I live in Rapid City, South Dakota, can I select a number in Miami, Florida? I don't know. And I wish I could try it out for you, but I've exceeded the number of spam phone numbers that I can have linked to my mobile device. So I haven't been able to test it out. It'd be great to hear if you guys are doing this and, you live in one city and you're searching for a phone number in a city that's under state. Would love to hear if it works or not. Once you've searched for that respective city and you've selected what city you want to search for a number in, screen number 5 should pop up. And then you can go ahead and select any phone number that you want. I try to select a phone number that's easy to use because, when you're checking out of, the grocery store or the pharmacy or, any retailer, they always ask you for your phone number in order to reap the benefits, right? In order to get the rewards, you need to enter that phone number. So choose a number that you're going to remember. Then you'll see screen number 6 and they'll ask you to accept the number. Go ahead and hit accept the number. Now, earlier I mentioned linking your mobile number was optional. In this sense, you're going to have to link this device to your mobile number in order to activate your account. And it's going to verify whether or not it's you. So on step number 8, it's where you'll enter your phone number. And then you'll ask Google to send you a code. Once you receive that code in your SMS messages, it's going to ask you to type that code, which is outlined in step number 9. Once you outline that code, go ahead and hit verify. Once you verified, whoop, whoop, now your number is ready to use. Okay, so you claim that number, you hit finish. That number is yours for you to use for your rewards. And that person you're not that interested in at the bar, boo-boo. All right, so then you're going to come to this screen. It's going to ask you, would you like to send notifications? So voice would like to send you notifications. I hit no, don't allow, because I don't need my phone going off sounding like a Petey Pablo, okay? But maybe if you're single and you want to look extra popular and you don't mind all these spam accounts messaging you, then hit allow. But I hit do not allow. And then step number 12, don't allow. Voice would like access to your contacts. I select don't allow because, again, this is my spam phone number. This is not a phone number that I'm going to be using to contact my auntie or uncle. No, 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 no. This is not what that's for. So I hit don't allow. Another cool thing that I found out about apps, when they save your contacts, they're actually saving and storing and could possibly share your contacts information, which is another reason, I have multiple spam accounts, because when I'm sharing my phone number with my friends, maybe I don't want to give them my actual phone number, because if they happen to have an app where they say share contact information, then my contact information is out there. But I'll go through another tutorial on how to change those settings on your phone, so that way, your app doesn't have more access to more information that's needed. Again, it's all optional. All right. So now that we've set up the Google Voice number, I want you to log on to your account and change your settings. And the way you do that is you should see a screen similar to this. On the top left corner, you'll see 3 lines. Click on those 3 lines, and then it'll bring you to image number 14. Image number 14 will outline settings. At this point, I can't share farther or else it'll show my number. I want you to change the settings to your preferences. I, again, have it no notification set up, do not message me, minimal contact, because it's just my spam account. I don't need it to be going off, or, it's like Beyonce sung, "Bugaboo, you bugging who? I don't need this bugging me, boo-boo." All right, so you do have some homework. You do have a call to action here. I want you to review your Google spam, email, and voice settings, not only for this, but also for your personal accounts, not related to your spam accounts. Register your phone number, your legit official phone number, with donotcall.gov. I do want to point out that when you register your phone number on this site, it's only going to stop telemarketers. It will not stop robocalls. But a good way to stop these robocalls from happening is by updating your rewards accounts, because through updating your rewards accounts, what ends up happening is when these new companies receive this new information about you, whoever they sold your data to before, or whoever they shared your data with before, now they're going to share and sell this number, deleting the other number. And a good way to confirm and validate whether or not the company has done that is after you've updated your rewards account, give it a month and submit a data subject access request. And if you don't know how to do that, I'll have another tutorial on how to do that. And within the data subject access request, you'll receive a report of all the information the company has on you, and you can tell whether or not your phone number was updated. And if it wasn't updated, some companies will accept a correction, others may not. But for the most part, I've been successful with them accepting a correction. All right. So thank you so much. Again, if there's like a privacy issue or security issue that you're interested in and that I'm not covering, please let me know. The next one I'll host is data subject access request, how to delete your physical address from being online, how to set up multi-factor or 2-factor authentication on your social media accounts. Yep. Anything? See you. Talk to you soon. Bye.